now, and hope you're enjoying our session for today. Dr. Farida, I don't know, can you share your full screen maybe? Is it
Yes, is it?
so we can test it? It's not at my side. It's not in the presentation mode.
It's not. It is in.
Really, because it's not.
Can you read what's
First,
on the screen?
yes, I can read it, but it's not in the presentation mode. So it's not a full screen.
I
We
know,
can
but
see the
it's.
slides.
But
Okay. Now it's okay. You have the slide intellectual properties right now and the welcoming, and here's the first session. Okay, now it's okay.
Okay.
Yes, we will start by introducing our guest today. We're so pleased and honored to have Dr. Farida Aliyan. She's an intellectual property and regulatory affairs consultant for the pharmaceutical industry. Dr. Farida joined the generics pharmaceutical industry in 2010 as the regulatory affairs officer in the Jordanian pharmaceutical manufacturing company, JBM. Since then, she worked in several positions in RA and licensing field during the past 12 years. In 2013, Dr. Farida was introduced to the intellectual property field. Until April 2022, she was the intellectual property manager for Axantia Group, responsible for developing and managing intellectual property strategies and activities within the department and with multiple business and development teams. Since 2013, Dr. Farida has worked to build her knowledge, capabilities, and experience in IB by formal studies, professional trainings, and working in this field as a generic pharmaceutical industry needs to take intellectual property into consideration. Dr. Farida earned a bachelor degree in pharmacy from Jordan University of Science and Technology, an MBA in Quality Management from the German Jordanian University, and an LLM in Intellectual Property Law from Turin University, jointly with WIPO. Welcome, Dr. Farida, and we are so pleased to have you with us tonight. We're lucky that we have a professional that have diverse background, both in regulatory and in IB, so we can understand all the aspects and all the details behind the scenes from let's say the best perspective that we could ever have, adding the quality. So we will be learning a lot today. So we will start with Dr. Farida. Dr. Farida, welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Bayan, for the introduction. Thank you very much, and thank you for suggesting having this webinar. You are really active and planning and presenting many needed topic in pharma industry, and RA especially. Thank you, and thank you also for Dr. Muna Musalli.
Yes, she's our best served leader.
Yes. Me and Bayan chose she suggested to talk about IP, so we discussed and we said we can start with discussing or covering what RA professionals need to know about IP. It will be this session. It will be general. I'm introducing important terms we need to know. RA professionals needs to know about the patent, especially and IPRs in our region, because for the recent updates in the pharmaceutical industry, mainly in I'm covering, and my experience is almost with the generics industry, and referring to the updates during the last years in IP, patent linkage system. So RA professionals, they are facing a lot of IP related terms. Also another terms like the data exclusivity, market exclusivity. So we need as RA professionals to understand and know what is IP, what is patent, and how it is linked to the RA. So we are covering, I'm covering today a general introduction to intellectual property rights. Also, I'm talking about patent law as a public contract, intellectual property in pharmaceutical industry, the intersection of intellectual property and competition policy in the pharmaceutical industry, regulatory and competition perspectives. And we are going to list and talk about a little bit about the IP updates, recent IP updates in our region. So as a general definition for intellectual property rights, we can say that intellectual property rights are the rights given to persons over the creations of their minds. They usually give the creator an exclusive right over the use of his or her creation for a certain period of time. So mainly it's an exclusive right over the use. You can it's not a right to use, it's you have this right to prevent others from using your creation of mind for a limited period of time. When we talk about intellectual property rights, we have two main areas: copyrights and rights related to copyrights. The second one is industrial property. Copyrights. It is the rights of authors of literary and artistic works, such as books, other writings, musical compositions, paintings, sculptures, computer programs, films, songs, protected by copyrights for a minimum period of 50 years after the death of the author. And there are two types of rights under copyrights. If we are saying copyrights, so it covers the economic rights, which allow the rights owner to derive financial reward from the use of their works by others. So no one can have an economic or derive an economic value or financial reward from this creation of mind. No one else can have this financial reward. Also moral rights, which protect the non-economic interests of the author by mentioning the author or the creator name whenever mentioning the artistic work or the creation of the mind, whenever presenting the photo for someone. This is the moral rights, mentioning the name of the author of the literary or artistic work whenever mentioning the product. Also, the copyright is the only automatic generated right. So as it's available or done, it's automatically protected by copyrights. There is a lot of countries do not register the copyright. So if it's not registered also, there is a copyright, or if it is registered. So it's automatically generated. Industrial property, there are 5 types of IPRs under industrial properties: trademarks, geographical indication, patents, industrial designs, and trade secret. I will give a brief definition for each of one, just for you to know the difference between all of them. A trademark is a sign capable of distinguishing the goods or services of one enterprise from those of other enterprises. Trademarks date back to ancient times, when Asians used to put their signature or mark on their products. Geographical indication and appellation of origin are signs used on goods that have a specific geographical origin and possess qualities, a reputation of characteristic that may essentially attributable so that to that place of origin. Most commonly, a geographical indication includes the name of the place of origin for the goods. The very famous example, it's the Swiss watch or Parmesan cheese. We all, I guess not, a lot of us love Parmesan cheese. So it's when we say Parmesan cheese or Swiss watches, it is a geographical indication. The patents, which is the most important type of IPR or industrial property, IPR for pharmaceutical industry. The patent or a patent is an exclusive right granted for an invention. A patent provides the patent owner with the right to decide how or whether the invention can be used by others. In exchange for this right, the patent owner makes technical information about the invention publicly available in the published patent document. After I will finish the definitions, I will show an example. It will be easier to remember the definitions when you relate it to an example. Industrial designs. An industrial design constitutes the ornamental or aesthetic aspect of an article. A design may consist of 3-dimensional features, such as the shape or surface of an article, or of 2-dimensional features, such as patterns, lines, or colors. Finally, the trade secrets. Trade secrets are an IP rights on confidential information which may be sold or licensed. The unauthorized acquisition, use, or disclosure of such secret information in a manner contrary to honest commercial practices by others is regarded as an unfair practice and a violation of the trade secret protections. And we recognized in the last 5 years, maybe, and updates and many discussion related to trade secrets, though especially in EU, it was a hot topic in the last 5 years. So I'm presenting now an example from our daily life. So the Coca-Cola bottle, the Coca-Cola bottle was patented since I can't, okay. Since it's 1950, 15, sorry. Are we still saying full screen? Bayan?
سوري بحكي والمايك مسكر. تفضلي دكتورة.
لسه شايفين الشاشة احنا؟
لا
لأنه أنا
مبلش.
صار عندي. اوكي.
Can you please write us in the chat if you can see the screen probably, because it's very clear from my side.
Okay.
Yes, they are. Yes, they can see it.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
The formula of Coca-Cola, the recipe of preparing Coca-Cola, is a trade secret. The Coca-Cola figure, it's a trademark. The design of the bottle is a registered design, and the artistic logo is considered a copyright. So this is the IP you can find in a Coca-Cola bottle. Patent law as a public contract. Okay. The major theme of the IP rights, it's what is the proper balance between incentives and access. It's a public contract. If the patent owner would like to exploit his economic rights in the invention, and preventing others from using or exploiting the invention, and have all the benefits of economic benefits of this invention. So what's on the other side for the public? So it is the disclosure. So to keep on invention and to not reinvent the wheel again. So this is the balance we are talking about. The problem introduced for incentive mechanism is how to make sure that earlier innovators are compensated for their contributions, while ensuring that later innovators also have an incentive to invest. There is many economic theories of patent law, or we can say it's economic theories behind of patent law established for the patent law. The first one is the incentive to create. So they are discussing in this theory that the patent will be an incentive for the inventor to create. Also an inventive to disclose creating invention, and also disclose it to the public. Also, if they have an invention, also it is an incentive to commercialize, and not to keep it behind the doors, because everyone will take the advantage of it. So the inventor will have the right to exploit or have the economic value of this invention for a limited or certain period of time. So we can say that incentives matter for innovation ecosystem, to keep the innovation ecosystem. what is invention and what is patent? We need to make sure that we are not mixing between invention and patent. A patent is an exclusive right for an invention. So the patent is protecting an invention, which is a product or a process that provides, in general, a new way of doing something or offers a new technical solution to a problem. To get a patent, technical information about the invention must be disclosed to the public in a patent application. So this is the kind of balance, or the as we said the general, we said this is the general IP theme, the balance between disclosing the invention and the exclusive rights. This is a first page of patent, a patent for the box of pizza. So this is a US patent. You will find a very strange, or it's not very strange. A lot of things we use in our daily life. It is considered as a patent, and it was protected. For example, the box of pizza, the sticky notes, many things we use in daily life, and we think it's here because of it's here. A lot of simple inventions are very useful, and behind these things we are using daily, and it makes our life really easier. Behind it is a patent. The patent derived from literary patents. It's the meaning of it's open letters. So this is cover the side of for the balance, it's the disclosure, and it is very important for us, especially the generics industry, to know and keep in mind that the patent does not give its owner a right to use the claimed invention. In our industry, we need to have the approval for selling the drug, marketing authorization. To be the marketing authorization holder, we have to submit for the approval, registration for the drug before selling. So, and this is of course for both originator and for originator and generics. So even if the originator has a patent, granted patent, that does not mean that the company can sell the product without the approval of health authority. So a patent is a government. It's a governmental issued. It's a governmental issued grant conferring the right to exclude others from making, using, selling, or offering for sale the claimed invention in the jurisdiction the patent granted in. Important questions we usually receiving questions about what kind of protection does a patent offer? In principle, the patent owner has the exclusive right. It's an exclusive right to prevent or stop others from commercially exploiting the patented invention. In other words, patent protection means that the invention cannot be commercially made, used, distributed, imported, or sold by other without the patent owner's consent. Of course, we should also keep in mind that there is exceptions for this. For example, for research and development. any country signed the polar exemption. Let's say, let's give an example from our industry. If there is a granted patent for certain API, let's say sitagliptin phosphate, you can still import quantities for this patented, if it is still under patent. You can still import this quantities for research and development. Also, for exceptions, for sometimes for not availability on the wars or in pandemics, and it have a very complicated process to follow. If anyone needs to know more about the exceptions, I can share a summary with you. Is a patent valid in every country? The patent is territorial. Patents are territorial rights. So no one can tell you that this, we sometimes see on the internet, this product is protected by IP, by a patent. You ask for a patent, it's in US. That means nothing if the patent is not filed and granted in Jordan, for Jordan, or in UAE. If I'm talking about UAE market, or in Egypt, if I'm talking about Egypt, or any jurisdiction, unless the law linking the patent in country of origin with any regulatory approval. In general, the exclusive rights are only applicable in the country or region in which a patent has been filed and granted in accordance with the law of that country or region. Also, there is differences in the patent laws between countries. Some inventions are not patentable in countries by the law. It is excluded from patentability, and it may the same invention patentable in another country according to law. How long does a patent last? Of course, it's not forever. If it's forever, it will kill the incentive of the later inventor. It will kill the incentive for them to work or complete on what others start, and it will kill the innovation ecosystem, and it will be categorized under monopoly and unfair competition. How long does a patent last? The protection is granted for a limited period. Generally, it's 20 years from the filing date of the application. Since the filing date of the application, it's not from the granting date of the application. When we are talking about intellectual property in the pharmaceutical industry, three main areas when we are looking to these three main areas, we look from a different perspective. The development of a new drug approval. When I say new drug approval, it's an innovative product for originator company. Also generics drugs and biosimilar approvals. Okay, this is an example of the research and development. The research and development process. I'm presenting the EU model, the European model. So it usually takes since the day zero is the patent application, and until 5 years, this is an estimate or average time. Until 5 years after on the 6th year, they expect phase 1 from clinical trials, and on the 8th year they expect to finish phase 2. And when I say the years I'm counting, it's since the day of application. So the 0 is the day of application, until the 10th year. Usually companies submit for registration, and it takes around 2 to 3 years until finishing the pharmacovigilance and post-marketing surveillance. So it's 2 to 3 years. So the real time of exploiting this exclusive right by selling the patented drug, they will use on average only 8 years, 7 to 8 years, usually until the 20 years of the expiry of the patent. There is an incentive system for a type of exclusivity. In Europe, they give a supplementary protection certificate. They are extending the exclusivity rights to sell this product for a maximum plus 5 years for the approved drug. This is usually to compensate the time for innovative products in that they spent in the research and development and also in the registration. So there is 2 different perspectives. The originator they need the incentive of intellectual property rights, such as patents, and they need the regulatory data exclusivity to compensate the expenses and the cost during which is really a huge expense and cost to cover the cost of the research and development. For generics and biosimilar, the incentive, or their logic or their discussion is that they are the generics providing better access to medicine. They are providing affordable medicines to the community, to the public. Also, they are benefiting the governments by lowering the healthcare bill by providing generics and biosimilar. For the originator, the pharmaceutical sector, IP rights such as the patent, or also the regulatory data exclusivity. What we said, it's the incentive. It encourages and protects innovation and provide the needed incentive that drive R&D investment to areas of unmet medical needs. Also, a different perspective from the generics and biosimilars point of view, and they always accusing originator of having this concept. We say it's evergreening for patent or for the protection by IP or by patents for the innovative product. that they always accusing the originator and innovative product that they are adding roadblocks for the market for generics market access by adding a lot of patents by the time of the end of the first basic patent. It's like they are starting with the basic patent, the compound patent, and then they are adding formulation patent, salt patent, indication or use patent. This is from the perspective or point of view of the generics. So it is a different perspective. Each side is accusing the other with unfair competition. So IP law and the balance that or patent law that it should create the balance to prevent any unfair competition, to prevent any unfair competition, and keep the innovation ecosystem, the balance in the innovation ecosystem. Also, we have the patents and patent information. Different perspective. The patentability if the product is patentable or not. This is from the originator or innovative product point of view. It's if the product, this is the patent information they are looking for, if the invention is patentable. Also, it's territorial, so it's limited to the jurisdictions. They filed the patent application, and the patent application granted in. It's time limited. It's only covering or protecting only the claims, and it is exclusive rights. On the other hand, the generics industry see the patent information or patent document. It is a disclosure of the science behind this invention. It is global. Anyone can reach this patent information. It's permanent. It's always there. You can find it, and you can find the full document. And it's also used for the freedom to operate search generics usually do before starting of developing any product in certain jurisdiction. And we can consider the patent as a generic, as a learning opportunities. You can find in patent documents, for example, for R&D, they can find it's patent document. It's really a treasure. You can find solutions for the formulation. You can develop on other examples listed in the patent document of a formulation. You can start from there and develop on it. So let's define the freedom to operate. It is the ability to proceed in the research, development, or commercial production of a new product or process with minimal risk of new infringing the unlicensed intellectual property rights or tangible property of a third party. Mainly when we do the patentability search, patentability looks backwards, because when patentability search done, they look for the information in previous patents and previous scientific articles to know if this invention is mentioned or anyone looked for it. or disclose it in any of patent documents. And freedom to operate looks forward for a new product or a new process or a new development, to proceed with the research or commercial without infringing any other patent. Patentability criteria under TRIPS agreement. TRIPS agreement is one of the most important agreements that covering the IP law. So what makes an invention what makes an invention patentable? It's applicable or eligible. Let's say what makes it eligible for a patent. The invention must be novel. It must have an inventive step. In other words, it's non-obvious for the skilled person in the art, for the skilled person. If we are talking about the pharmaceutical industry, non-obvious for the skilled person in pharma industry. Also, it's industrial applicable. It is useful. The invention is useful, or it's solving a technical problem. So if the novelty, if not available to the public, what can we define novelty? If novelty, it means it's if not available to the public prior to the original application date. There is no prior art. Prior art could be public lectures, earlier patent applications, any oral disclosure, any written information. So we always advise inventors or people working on an invention not to disclose in front of anyone, even in a poster in a conference or in a meeting, even in a social event, not to talk about your invention whatsoever. And whenever need a consultation to sign an NDA, to not lose the novel criteria, novel as a patentability criteria. Inventive step, non-obvious. The inventive step reflects a general patentability requirement in most, it is really in most patent laws, according to which an invention should be sufficiently inventive, not obvious in the view of prior art, using the skilled person's common general knowledge in order to be patented, in order the patent to be held valid. The third criterion, the industrial applicability, useful invention. Any invention that may be used or manufactured in any commercial activity, not purely experimental inventions or biotechnological research, tool, policy rational, or new use. And now let's have let's cover the types of pharmaceutical patents you may face. It's not one kind of patent, so more than one aspect for the pharmaceutical product could be protected. I'm talking now about the non-biological pharmaceutical products, small compounds, single medicine, non-biological pharmaceutical products. A single medicine may be covered by separate patents claiming, for example, the chemical compound, the active ingredient or base compound. I will use the example sitagliptin. So, and we mainly say this is the basic patent or primary patent for the pharmaceutical product. polymorphic forms of the compounds, salts, also salts, esters, ethers, enantiomers, metabolites, and other derivative compounds. For example, you will find the sitagliptin phosphate, a patent covering sitagliptin phosphate, the salt of sitagliptin, formulations and compositions of the compound, different dosage forms, for example, capsules, tablets, oral solutions. Also, you may find one or more indication use patent for the medicine, a combination of the compound with other active ingredients. As you know, for example, dapagliflozin, metformin, this is a combination patent. Processes and methods for manufacturing. For sure, it's covering the finished product, also the active ingredient processes and methods for manufacturing of the active ingredient, polymorphic form, derivative compounds, and formulation compositions of finished products. This is how many types of patents you may find, or companies can apply for a patent. Of course, this is what generics point of view is, the evergreening of patents, the using for a patents as a monopoly. And from originator point of view, this is an investment and cost to work and for research and development of a formulation or a dosage form. And this is all for the public good, and to meet unmet medical need. For other than non-biological medicine, there is the biological medicinal products, such as vaccines. They are usually also covered by more than one patent. It will be typically there will be separate patents, the protein sequence or combinations of the protein of a virus-like particle, for example. Then it will be followed by a subsequent patent covering the compositions and formulations. The intersection of intellectual property and competition policy in the pharmaceutical industry from regulatory and competition perspectives. Usually the exclusivities the exclusivities or market exclusivities for pharmaceutical products under regulatory affairs guidelines or registration law, it's usually under the umbrella of competition policy or unfair competition laws. So what is the difference between patents and exclusivity? Patents and exclusivity work in a similar fashion, but are distinct from one another and governed by different statutes. Patents are a property right granted by the patent office anytime during the development of a drug, and can be encompass a wide range of claims. On the other hand, the exclusivity refers to a certain delay or delays and a prohibition on approval of competitor drug available under the statute that attach upon approval of a drug of certain supplements. Periods of exclusivity and patent terms may or may not run concurrently. Exclusivity was designed to promote a balance between the new drug innovation and a greater public access to drugs that result from generic drug competition. So it's always to create that balance and to keep the innovation ecosystem, a balanced innovation ecosystem. Mainly people, most people of working in RA, they face the exclusivity or data protection issue during the registration or planning for a registration or submission date for the generics industry. This is an examples for of IP incentives framework for originator. It's not an IP, but incentives of IP framework. This balance, this theme of balance, or keeping innovation, providing better access, market access, and better market access for generic, for the good of affordability of medicine, lowering healthcare bill for individuals or government. So an examples of these incentives for the originator is data exclusivity, regulatory data protection, supplementary protection certificates. Also, an example of these data exclusivity as an incentive for originator to work on unmet medical needs, or to invest on unmet medical needs. There is an exclusivity for medicines for children, pediatric exclusivity for orphan medicines, for rare medicines, or rare medicines, yani very low incidence in the population of certain country. This is types of exclusivities or incentives for originator to work on these unmet medical needs. And finally, I'm going through IP updates or IP incentive framework updates in our region recently, or let's say since 4 years or 5 years, 4 years mainly. It's SAIP. We are covering SFDA. We're covering mainly KSA and GCC, UAE, and Kuwait. First of all, the first thing, the patent and patent issues had been handled by CATS, and 3 or 4 years ago, their KSA established a separate entity for intellectual property, Saudi Intellectual Property Authority, SAIP. This is the governmental body governing all IP issues, all IPRs, including patents. Also, the SFDA introduced the patent linkage updates. Let's say SFDA issued a new regulation for the submission of human drugs. that requires an authorized FTA report for submission of certain files, certain products, generics, of course. Also, we heard about the GCC Patent Office updated rule. GCC Patent Office ceased to accept new patent filings for GCC patent applications applicable as of January 2021. They stopped receiving patent application. Of course, any patent application before 1st of January 2021, they will complete on granting the patents. So until they finish the last patent, it will be granted. It will be granted by the GCC Patent Office. It will be the last patent filed on the 5th of January 2021. And then the GCC Patent Office announced that the office will resume receiving patent applications on behalf of Kingdom of Bahrain and the State of Kuwait, and examining them formally and substantially starting from January 2023. So the GCC patent will be handling the Kuwait patent application and Bahrain patent application only. It will not be a GCC patent if it's issued, or if it is examined by the GCC Patent Office. It will not be a GCC patent. It will be as per the country of filing, Kingdom of Bahrain or the State of Kuwait. In 2021, the UAE updated its law on industrial property through federal law number 11 of 2021, with a focus on amending and updating the current patent and design law practice. The law came into effect on 30 of November 2021 and will bring with it a new implementing regulation for industrial property. However, as regulations are not issued, the existing regulations under the Federal Law 17 of 2002 will continue to dictate the practice. Anyone needs the laws, the updated laws for UAE, please send me an email and I will provide. Or you can send Bayan and I will provide Bayan, and then she can share with you.
Sure.
Thank you, Bayan. Also, another important ministerial resolution. This is very important for RA professionals working in UAE market or considering UAE as an export market. It's the ministerial resolution number 321 of 2020 regarding the use of information and data related to innovative pharmaceutical products. Honorable Minister of Health and Prevention, after reviewing the federal law number 1 of 1972 regarding the competencies of the ministries and the powers of the ministers, and amendments the federal law number 17 of 2002 regarding the regulations and protection of industrial property for patents, industrial designs and models, and the amendments the federal law number 8 of 2009 regarding medical products, the pharmacy profession and pharmaceutical companies, and the ministerial resolution 404 for 2000 regarding the registration of drug and pharmaceutical products and based on the requirements of the public interest. This resolution is really important for people working in business development, for the pipelines, molecule selection, or for RA planning, for RA plans, for submission. Also, you may receive an DL related to linking the patent of country of origin, or it's all covered under this ministerial resolution. And last, the last update I would like to talk about, it's in Kuwait, the ministerial decree. It's issued the ministerial decree 14 2021. It's introduced the patent linkage for generics industry, and it's clear, and it's and you may receive a deficiency letter asking for patent or patent status in the country of origin of the applicant. For any further inquiries, feel free, please, to contact me, or you can contact Bayan and she can share with me whatever you would like to. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your listening. Bayan, we can have the questions now from the audience.
Doctor, I don't know, there's an interruption in your voice. I didn't hear it. I don't know if it's from my side or not.
I'm saying that for any further inquiries, feel free to contact me or to contact Bayan. And
Yes.
if we have questions, I have 2 questions in Q&A. It's from Muhammad Ibrahim. Can the patent be granted to unregistered product in Jordan? Meanwhile, it is registered and patented in the country of origin, US. Yes, 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 it can be. The patent can be granted for unregistered product in Jordan. This is a decision of the company. Sometimes you can find a granted patent or filed patent application and with no registration activity. With no registration activity, yes, it could happen, and this depends on the decision of the company, the strategy of the company. Maybe they lost the interest in Jordan as a market. Yes, usually, if you would like to cover to study the patent status of the products in our region, and you are Jordan is the country of origin, I advise to look into GCC patent status, KSA mainly, SFDA patent status, Iraq, Lebanon, mainly the main markets. If you are working in Jordan, check for Jordan and SFDA. Sorry, KSA. Sorry. Is that clear, Muhammad? If you need any other question related to this point, please share it with us. From Mudian,
he can also, Dr. Muhammad, you also open your mic because this is an interactive webinar. You can ask or discuss anything you would like to with Dr. Farida directly. And anyone, if you have any question and you would like to ask it directly to Dr. Farida, you don't have to write on the chat. But there is, Doctor, another question from an anonymous attendee in the Q&A box.
Okay.
Can you see it?
وديان الشاعر, yes? Yes, thank you. Is a patent granted in the GCC region provide protection in other countries, and what are the countries they are covered? If it is a GCC patent application filed before the 1st of January 2021, before the 6th of January 2021, it is and then it's granted by GCC Patent Office, so it's automatically granted in GCC countries: Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain. Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain. The GCC countries: Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and UAE, of course, and Oman. Unless the patent was refused by any of these countries, but it's usually granted by the GCC Patent Office on behalf of the 5 countries. How many does UAE MOH give data protection for originator? Is it given automatically, same as Jordan? No, it is a different system. It is not the same as Jordan. I can share the law, and you can find the difference. So because it depends, it links patent in country of origin with the system. It is a very different system. I can share the law, and I can answer any specific question unless it is considered as a legal consultation or a breach of information. Anything other than that, I can answer. So if you can send Bayan the email, I will provide you with the laws clearing the system. It is really depending on the molecule, product, the country of origin of the product, the patent of the product, so and many other factors according to the law, but it's definitely not same as Jordan. Do we have any other questions?
Well,
Bayan, could you please take the emails listed in the chat to send, so we can send the IP, the UAE IP law, the patent.
Well, there's no emails in the chat. Can you see
in the chat, Muhammad?
But if you can, I'm seeing a question about the law in UAE.
شكرا على المحاضرة. حابب أعرف القانون الإماراتي. It's Miss Ovet?
Yes.
Okay.
But if you can, please send it to me. I will take it from here, but it only give me a select all option. So if you can send me on LinkedIn or on my IVBN email, bayan@ivbn. So don't send to the whole listserv. It's my email is written in the last email I sent you, bayan@ivbn.com. So because I can't copy paste the email from the conversation or from the chat. So if you can send me your email, and we will send you the Emirati law. Is that okay? Okay. I think we don't.
عايشة سمحان أهلا وسهلا عايشة. I will send you the updates. I guess you have my number, yes, Aisha? I will send you the updates and maybe we can have a discussion for these updates if you can hear me, Aisha. Okay, thank you, Aisha. Thank you. Any other question from you, Bayan? Congratulations. I saw that you completed the Patent X.
Yes.
Maybe you can share with people the link of Patent X. I guess the second edition will start soon, but they can start with the third edition next September, I guess.
Yes, they had announced, but honestly, I don't know the deadline, so I will double check on the deadline and
it is finished. Maybe for the next time, and
because we were
yes.
We will send it for the upcoming
yes, please.
Upcoming session, because it was supposed to be 2 sessions per year, but there was a huge demand on the course, so they had made more let's say cohorts to run the program. But
so congratulations on the certificates.
Thank you so much. It was really good, nice journey.
Yes, and for everyone else, I can share a free training sessions. It's held on WIPO website. It's easy to follow, and you can have the basic information about IP if you are interested. If you're interested to know more about IP and patents, and it's for free. I will share the list with Bayan, inshallah, and she can share with you.
Also, they can find many resources about IP because many available data is now free on the internet. Thank God we are in the era of internet and post-COVID. So everything now is online and available everywhere. So you only need to search, have the willing to learn, and go through the journey.
Inshallah, inshallah. Good luck for all. If anyone have a question.
Anyone have any other questions?
Anyone has a question, you can share it now, or if you have one later, please send it to Bayan and she can share it with me, and I'm glad, I will be gladly replying to your questions related to IP, data exclusivity, market exclusivity, and data protection for pharmaceutical industry, and also for IP policies and laws and strategies. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Farida. There's
yes, tell me, Bayan.
Yes, Dr. تفضلي.
I'm finished. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. We were pleased to have you with us tonight, and we really enjoyed this nice presentation. There's some questions about asking about the certificates for our webinar. Please note that we don't provide certificates. The main purpose of our webinars or discussions is to have like widened professional discussions to discuss the latest trends, what's new ideas about all what's happening in the field of regulatory efforts. So every webinar, please bring your cup of coffee or tea, enjoy the webinar, and be with us, follow the updates. But for certificates, we don't send certificates unless we announce that this, for example, webinar, we're going to deliver certificates. But as a whole, we don't send any certificates for our listserv. Also, we're going to post some updates in the upcoming days. So please follow the emails and our listserv accordingly, so you can receive all the updates. We will share this recording with you, so you can see it or watch it whenever you want. Doctor, can we share the slides with the audience?
Yes, of course. Of course, you can.
I will also send the slides, so you can have the key points that were discussed in today's lecture. And if you have any question, please feel free to reach to me or to Dr. Farida, so we can answer all your questions. I really hope that you had enjoyed our webinar for tonight, and we wish to see you all soon. Keep following the listserv email, as I said, because we have many upcoming announcements, and we will see you all next time, inshallah. See you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Thank
everyone.
you, Dr. Farida. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.